Today I'm gonna talk about carbs. So a long time ago I did a video on protein, but I neglected the carbs, and so I also did a video on fat, so I left out the carbs. So now I feel guilty because I did a wrong on the carbs, so I gotta do a video on the carbs. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into detail good carbs, bad carbs, because I'm saving that for another video, because that's a completely different topic. Let's just talk about the basic function of carbs. Now, carbs, as a lot of you guys might know or might not know, carbs are not an essential nutrient. Meaning carbs aren't essential. So you could basically, in theory, you can go without carbs. Now, is that optimal? Of course not. In my opinion, fuck no. It's not optimal. You see a lot of those guys doing keto shit, and it works for them. But carbs, they, even if they're not essential, carbs are awesome. Why do you want to cut out carbs forever? Fuck that shit. If that's the case, I don't want to live in that fucking world without carbs. I can't go without my, pancakes, without my bread, pasta, rice, I just can't go without that shit. And that's just me. Maybe that's just me personally. But I can't go without carbs. Even in the last few phases in my diet, when I go super low carb, practically no carbs in my diet, I feel like shit. No energy. My mood is, you better stay away from me like 100 meters away, because I might jump you, so I feel tired, lethargic, angry all the time, hungry. The hunger is crazy. Plus I'm craving, everything that's sweet, salty, so low carb isn't fun, and because carbs aren't essential for your body, that's why when you're dieting, you are reducing carbs. When you go in a calorie deficit, you take your maintenance and then you decrease 500 calories. But you're not taking those 500 calories out of protein, because you need protein for retaining muscle mass. Super important, because protein satiates your body more, so you're not gonna feel hungry. You're gonna feel a lot better on protein, and because it's helpful, because your body needs proteins, essential amino acids. Now, you're not gonna cut out healthy fats, especially now at the beginning, because protein, you need a certain amount. So protein, don't dig into that. Now fat, you can still lower fat till a certain point. So fat, the minimum amount of fat you should have is 40 to 50 grams, and that's pushing it. 40 to 50 grams. If you're going super low in calories, maybe it's gonna be 35 grams, but no lower than that. So fat should stay at an optimal level, at least 50, 60 grams, higher at the start of your diet, because healthy fats, they can be used for energy, instead of carbs. They are healthy. Your body needs healthy omega-3s, omega-6, your body needs those healthy fatty acids, from fish, like fish oil, for example, as a supplement. It needs those healthy fats from nuts, from, a lot of those healthy oils, olive oil, coconut oil. Your body needs those healthy fats because they influence hormones. You know, fat influences your hormones a lot. You know, your testosterone, growth hormone. So you have to eat your healthy fats to keep your hormones in check and your body healthy. So don't dig into healthy fats that much. You know, you can get into that a little bit, lower it, but not a lot. Now, the last macronutrient you have to cut calories is basically carbs. Now, carbs, they are not essential, they taste great, and if you lower them, you're gonna feel like shit, basically, you know. So what can you do? You can't lower protein, not fats, so you gotta dig into carbs. And because they're not essential, you're not putting your body in any harmful state. You know, like dieting is not the healthiest thing in the world, you know, but you gotta do what you gotta do, so you gotta cut out the carbs. Now, carbs, they basically give you energy. You know, when you can notice that shit if you're eating carbs a lot one day and not a lot of carbs on another day. You can feel the difference in energy, you know, but that depends on the kind of carbs you eat, you know, because some carbs, they give you energy, bam, and that energy lasts throughout the whole day. Now, some bad carbs, you know, they give you a spike of energy, and then after a few hours, it drops down, and then you're gonna feel like shit again. So, you know, so carbs give you energy, they affect your mood. You know, carbs affect the brain a lot, you know, especially how you feel. You know, if you're eating a lot of carbs, you're gonna feel a lot happier, a lot more, you know, amped up. So carbs do influence that a lot. So when you cut out the carbs, your mood is gonna instantly, you know, change. You know, the more you cut carbs, the more your mood is gonna change. So it basically influences how you feel. You know, so you're gonna feel less happy, you're gonna feel more depressed maybe, you know, it's gonna be different. So carbs, they influence energy, they influence mood, they do also influence testosterone. So if you're building muscle, you know, I know this is gonna get a lot of hate from the guys who do keto, but I still believe, you know, that if you're not eating carbs when you're building muscle, you're not in an optimal state to put on muscle size. So I think carbs are essential for building muscle. I truly believe that. So that's basically all you need to know about carbs, guys. They are not, to conclude this video, you know, they are not essential. So you can cut them out when you're cutting calories. They are responsible for energy. So when you cut them out, you're gonna feel low energy. You know, especially if you go low carb, you're gonna feel like shit. They're gonna influence your mood. You know, you're gonna, you know, and with the energy, you know, you're gonna feel that in the gym because you're gonna feel weaker, because the carbs, they fill up your glycogen stores in your muscles, and when you don't have those glycogen stores filled up, you know, you're gonna be weaker. You're not gonna be as strong. You're not gonna do as many reps, so you're gonna feel a lot weaker in the gym. Okay. You know, they're gonna influence your mood a lot. Anger, you know, sadness, depression, you know, a lot of those things. You guys can go check that out on, you know, Google that shit, how carbs influence mood, and you're gonna be surprised, you know, as how carbs really affect the brain, because carbs are somewhat addicting. You know, carbs is like an addiction. That's why a lot of people can't stop eating junk food, you know, because those foods are designed to make you addicted to those carbs, because your body needs more and more and more and more. Your body constantly needs more. That's why a lot of guys are also addicted to sugary drinks, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, you know, a lot of those drinks. They're designed to make your brain addicted to those carb sources. So carbs are in a way pretty dangerous. So you gotta keep an eye on that shit, because it affects your brain a lot. Like I said, with the mood, and carbs are really addicting. You know, so it really, when you're not eating carbs compared to eating carbs, it changes your brain a lot. You know, it changes how it affects your brain. So your mood is going to be completely different. And if you are eating carbs, you know, don't eat those unhealthy, sugary, fast food carbs, because that's going to make you so addicted. Rather choose the healthier options, and you can still eat those foods you love, you know, but make it a cheat day, or make it a few cheat meals a week. Don't do it every single day, because it's so harmful for your body. You know, you can still do it as once a week, maybe a few cheat meals a week, and you're still gonna be fine. So keep an eye on that, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and definitely subscribe. Peace out.